In this lesson, we're going to talk about affiliate links, images, and tables. Basically, optimizing your money posts, your buying guides, your reviews for maximum revenue. And that's what it's all about, right? We're an affiliate of Amazon or whoever you're an affiliate for to make money. So if you're getting traffic and you're not making money, that's a real problem. So there's two basic principles to this. One is creating content that sells, and then two is creating clear calls to action. And that's really important because, sometimes we assume that, visitors are going to see a page the way that we see it. And so to us, our link to go buy a product may be very obvious, but to your visitors, they might be looking right past it. Maybe it's not that obvious at all. So we're going to give you some general best practices to follow, some tools you can use, some of them free, that make this process really, really easy. And then the second part is that we're going to talk about how to increase your ad network revenue. So outside of the affiliate stuff, we're going to talk about Mediavine, AdThrive, Ezoic, some of these different tools beyond just Google AdSense, and things, very practical things you can do to increase your revenue there as well. So first, let's talk about content best practices. As I said, you get paid when you sell stuff, not necessarily when people click stuff. That's how most affiliate programs work. They're paying you for sales, not just traffic. And so one thing that you want to do, and we've used this example in a previous lesson, is to do tutorial style reviews. And so there's a couple of examples on niche pursuits that you can go check out, read down below here in the lesson. We've got links over to these articles, one about SEMrush, one about Thrive Leads. They're both reviews, so we're going after that traffic, people that are looking for a review, who are probably thinking about buying. But we don't just review the product, we also give a tutorial on how exactly we're using it. So if you do buy it, here's some things you can do to be successful with it. And so I would encourage you to adopt that same thing, because that's really good selling content, because you're sort of proving, hey, don't just take my word for it. Like, here's the results, here's how we're doing it. And so you're really empowering people to be successful after they buy it. That's what makes for really good selling content. Another is a case study example. So we've got a good article about how to start a t-shirt business, which is also an affiliate article, because part of that process is using a particular software that the guy did. But it's a case study. Like, this guy really used it. He was really successful with it, and we show the step by step, and we say, if you want to follow it, go here and buy the product. And so that's what we're talking about with content best practices and creating content that sells. Next is creating comparison tables and callouts. So these can really grab the attention of your reader. So if all you're doing right now is you have a bunch of text, and then all of your links to go buy stuff are just text links on the page, just a colored hyperlink, you're really missing some opportunities here. And so there are some easy tools. When you put in things like comparison tables at the top of your article, a lot of people are very impatient. They're not going to go down and read the whole article. Some people just want, quick recommendations. So before they read much of anything, they just want to see, hey, what's your top choice? I don't want to read 3,000 words. I just want to know what's your best pick here. So using comparison tables, Table Labs is one option. That's Spencer's tool. That is a paid tool to use, but it makes it very simple to pull in products from Amazon. It keeps the prices and the images updated for you automatically, so it's very, very fast, and you can customize the look of it. You can also use a free plugin called TablePress for WordPress, where you do have to sort of build the tables yourself, so it's going to take longer, but it is free, and that's another tool that you can check out as well. Call out boxes. The example, the screenshot you see here, that's from the wirecutter.com, which is like a really big time affiliate site, and they do this all the time. They'll have a really in-depth article. This one was about drones, but up at the top they'll say, here's our pick, and they'll give you a button to go buy it. Usually have like an image of the product and a short write-up. There's a plugin out there called AAWP, Amazon Associates for WordPress is what that's short for. Again, it's a paid tool, but it's very affordable, and it'll create boxes like this for you, pretty much automatically. You just kind of put in the link to Amazon, it pulls in the image and all the rest, makes it very, very simple. or you can get other, free plugins out there and create boxes like this with a little bit more effort. But either way, these two things are going to grab your attention when that's above the fold, one of the first things you see, compared to an article that doesn't have these elements. It's depending on people to read the text. Most people aren't going to read your whole article. So you definitely want to have things like this to draw their attention and get more clicks. Other things are make sure that you use clickable images. So a plugin like AMZ Image or AAWP also can do this for you, where it'll pull in images the right way using the Amazon API, which is the correct way to do that so you don't get your account banned. And it'll also put your affiliate link on the image. So a lot of times we're conditioned online, when we click on an image, we expect like a zoomed up version of that image, or maybe to open a gallery to see more images. A lot of people do click on your images. So if they are not clickable right now, you're probably missing out on potential commissions or affiliate clicks there. So making those images clickable is a great simple thing to do that's going to increase the amount of clicks that you're getting. And then using buy buttons or click here to view on Amazon type buttons that are nice and big and colorful will really make things stand out. So I mentioned not using just a text link. In fact, anywhere you're using a text link right now, you could replace it with a button like this. And again, there are plenty of free plugins that let you create nice looking buttons like this, or if you're using Thrive Architect, it's already built into that editor. But you can just hit a big button that's going to draw their attention. You're going to have a lot more success with people seeing that and clicking on it. So the general rule is you want to make it more obvious than you think you need to, because a lot of people, again, the stuff you think is obvious probably isn't obvious to someone who's never been to your site. So you really want to make your tables, your call out boxes, your buttons very clear, very apparent where to click, where to go. Final part of this is talking about ad networks. So ad networks are a huge upgrade from AdSense and Media.net, those are a great starting point. But once you have a site that's more established and you're already getting some traffic, usually you're going to make a better RPM. So that's your money that you're making per 1,000 visitors. Anywhere from $6 up to $14. I've seen even higher than that, but that range is a nice common range to give you with networks like Mediavine, AdThrive, Monumetric is another one. Ezoic is more of a do-it-yourself type ad testing network, but again, it's an improvement. But a lot of these services like Mediavine and AdThrive, they're managed services, which means that you sort of turn over your ads to them and they'll put them in for you, they'll optimize them for you, and you don't have to do anything, which is fantastic. So if you've got a lot of traffic, meaning 20,000 visitors a month or more, take a look at some of these. And so once you've made that switch, it's kind of a no-brainer, frankly, if you're getting that kind of traffic. Once you've made that switch, here's a couple of tips to maximize your revenue from these networks. One is to lengthen your content just so you have more screen time from people and more ads get displayed. And so these networks will display ads dynamically as people scroll down through your content. So one of the biggest recommendations is to do long form, thorough content that's going to keep people on your site longer and ultimately going to display more ads to them, because the more ads you can display to someone, the more likely you are that one of them is going to catch their attention, they're going to click on it, that sort of thing. Using large images that take up big space and kind of make your article longer, make people scroll down. Same sort of idea, just getting people to scroll. So if you have like big infographic style images that go with your post, that could be advantageous for getting people to go further down your page and to see more display ads. And then shortening your paragraphs, which we've talked about in our lesson on just making your content look better overall, make it skimmable. That also helps when you're part of an ad network like this. So you want to have more white space, just because that's more space where ads can possibly go that can earn you some extra revenue. So these are nice, simple, free things you can do to take your ad network earnings to the next level. So the combination of these two things can really take the amount of traffic you're getting today and turn the money you're making off of that traffic into a much higher number. So go out there and make some of these changes, and I think you're going to see a really positive result.